Green Spring. We're back in the studio, and I have another guest for you now. It's Jeanne Henifin, our Pastoral Ministries Associate. I hope I got that title right.
Yes.
Hello, Jeanne. How are you today?
I'm good, Elke. So,
you have all kinds of things you want to tell us.
well, I do. Things happening starting today at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
There's a movie, which is a feel-good movie, I would call it. It's called Pay It Forward. And it was done a few years ago, but it's certainly worth seeing again. That's at 1 o'clock in the Village Square Theater. So if you want to go and enjoy that, I think that would be worthwhile. This Thursday, we have our regular first Thursday of the month Faith, Grief, and Loss session, which is in the Green Spring Chapel, and I'm the one that's actually going to be facilitating this week. So
and that's a walk-in, right?
That
you don't have
is
to
a walk-in.
belong to a group.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what we notice is that especially at holiday times or anniversaries of events, that often people feel the need for a little extra support.
It's harder, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes,
so,
yes,
yeah. So, anyway, we'll be there on Thursday.
What time?
At 11.
11.
11.
Okay.
So, and we wrap it up in about an hour. So, and it's kind of an open door. So it's certainly not a...
Meaning you don't have to be there the whole hour? Is that what open door means?
No, but what I guess what I mean is it's a place for people to start, especially if they haven't sought help or support, or they maybe have from one source, but they need a little extra, whatever. It's just a place to begin, and what will happen is relationships get established, not only with the staff, but with other people, and then connections get made, and so it's an opening for
that's
more
beautiful.
Support. So
anyway. And it's not limited to a specific denomination, correct?
No, not at all. And it's not even, I mean, it's not just people who are experiencing the death of somebody or recovering from that. It could be any kind of loss or any kind of grief. So there's, just whatever somebody is hurting from. And it helps to talk about it.
Absolutely.
So,
and it's important to find a safe space.
Absolutely. That's what we try to be. So on the 12th of December, we have an Advent penance service.
What is that?
Well, this is at one of the Catholic community events, and apparently they will have confessions being taken, so a priest will be here to do that, and that's at 10 in the morning.
And that's a week from Thursday.
That's correct. That's correct. So December 12th. Now, I do want to mention an event that is not happening on the 12th that had been planned, and that is we had planned a Lessons and Carols service by Christ the King. They come and do this on usually the second Thursday of Advent, but their church had a fire outside that sparked issues within the church, electrical issues, and so they've been displaced and haven't been able to practice and that kind of thing. So that is not happening. And
so that was an electrical fire, you said? So thank goodness, not arson or anything like that.
Right, it wasn't arson, and nobody was hurt, but there are all kinds of things to be sorted out from that.
Damage still.
So absolutely. So another thing that's not happening this December is that the Russian tenors who usually come, and they've been here, I think, for the last 9 years.
They've come here regularly, I remember,
So the Village Church sponsors this, and they were not able to get visas this year. So because of that, they are not coming. But the Village Church is sponsoring the Handbell Jubilation Bell Choir, which is First Baptist of Alexandria, and that's on the 8th of December at 3 p.m. in the chapel, so that's a Sunday. And then the Green Spring Fellowship, which is the group that I pastor, we are having the Christmas cantata on December 16th at 7 in the evening, and this is done by Faith Church of Kingstown. So they always bring us an Easter cantata and a Christmas cantata. It's different themes. This year it's called a Ceremony of Lessons and Carols. It's beautifully sung music, and it will have some scripture interspersed. But So, but if you want to come to the Green Spring Fellowship and not hear a sermon, this would be a good time.
This is your opportunity. And
Come
that's
on
on a Monday, I
That's
believe,
on
right?
a Monday.
At what time?
At 7.
7,
At
okay.
7, okay.
Is that your regular time for
It is.
a Monday evening
It
gathering?
is, yes.
Okay.
So the other thing that I wanted to mention is Green Spring Fellowship is sponsoring a trip to the Southeast White House and the DC Dream Center. And Marilyn Dimmick is the one who's been so involved in this project. It's a wonderful project just north of, I think it's north of Anacostia. And she and I are going to take a group of people down to meet the staff there and see the facilities. The Dream Center's been open for a little over a year, and this is one of the communities that's the most underserved within the District of Columbia.
Yeah.
So we're doing that on the
Center?
11th of December, and we're leaving from Hunter's Crossing at 11:30, I think it is, and getting back by 3.
And people have to sign up.
People have to sign up.
Because you need to know how many on the bus and when the bus is.
Yep.
And does it cost anything?
It does not cost anything.
And can you talk a little bit about what the Dream Center? I've never heard of that.
Oh, it's an amazing center, and what they really are focusing on are children, giving children a chance to help their dreams be realized. And so there's tutoring going on, mentoring, just all kinds of programs to help people in the community to figure things out, and even help with taxes and legal advice and that kind of thing. But largely, I think it focuses on kids and their families, and just trying to give them a safe place to come after school and
allow them to have dreams.
Absolutely. So it's wonderful. So let's see. There's still more.
Yep.
Okay.
We have 5 minutes.
Okay.
You're good.
Thursday, December 19th at 1:30, we have Rabbi Aft is going to be in the chapel, and he's going to talk about a modern interpretation of Hanukkah. He's always fascinating to listen to.
Yeah,
so.
I bet he can make some parallels between Hanukkah and baseball. That's him, right?
Well,
Always
that's
baseball.
you're right, and he just has such a wonderful sense of humor. So I loved it when I was doing an internship as a chaplain at Alexandria Hospital.
Yeah.
He would come in, and he'd always come into the Pastoral Ministries and have a joke to tell us. So. Which was important to be able to laugh.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So.
And that is what time?
That is at 1:30.
Oh, 1:30.
And again, it's a Thursday, December 19th.
Okay.
Wednesday, December 24th at 7. Of course, that's Christmas Eve.
Yes.
And that service will be at 7 in the chapel. And that is something that the Village Church always sponsors. And Len Cockworth is the one that kind of heads that up.
Okay.
So, and let's see, and then the last thing that I'll mention is Tuesday, December 31st at 4:30. There's a Holy Day Vigil Mass. The Holy Day is actually on the 1st of January, but they do a Vigil Mass at 4:30 on New Year's Eve. So, and I think that is all that I needed to mention, other than just making a mention about the numbers of the channels changing. The channel, what we used to call Channel 2, is now 1964, and that would be where you would go if you wanted to watch something live, like the chapel, whatever's happening in the chapel. Channel 6, which would have been the rebroadcast of events.
Channel 6 is us.
Yeah, okay, and that's now 1960. And the scroll, if that's all you want, which used to be 8, is now 1962. So anyway, those are good things to remember. And the other thing I guess I would like to mention today especially is that we will miss Aben. And today's Aben's last day, and he's been such a wonderful help to the whole community, but we
Yeah.
certainly in Pastoral Ministries have benefited from his support and help. And
I'm glad you mentioned
yeah.
that, Jeannie. Yeah,
I know,
many of us
Kimberly.
feel that way.
Yeah.
I'm excited for him because it seems that it's a great opportunity, and he's young and he should do these things.
Yes, absolutely.
But
I know. But you'll take us with you, Avon. We hope so. Take us with you in your heart.
well, it's certainly appropriate to say thank you to Avon for all the support he has given you and everybody
Yes.
in the church and in Pastoral Ministries, and residents like me who have groups to run and can't figure out how to get that movie started or whatever it is. Yes.
It's always a wonderful place to go. And of course, Paulette is out there as well, always helping.
Always there. And nothing would work without her.
I know.
We know that.
Yes, absolutely.
But she's not going anywhere, I don't think.
That's correct.
I don't think she has any job offers as of this day.
Well, we hope not.
We want to keep it that way. So you have a busy month, which is not surprising. One would expect that with December, right?
Yeah. So, and we're missing Lois. Lois Calloway has moved on to the home health and an administrative position. So we're pleased for her, and she's been here so long. She also will be somebody that we carry with us, and that we'll certainly see her on campus.
Yeah, at
quite
least
a bit.
She's not leaving Greenspring.
Absolutely, and I believe she's still going to be involved with Building Community Trust, which is a committee that I'm part of, and they do lots of wonderful things here on campus. So
so we wish Lois well also, and we wish you all well in finding a new man. I suppose the search is on.
The search is on. I know they're interviewing today.
Oh, okay.
So,
So
stay tuned.
a new year coming with a new start for you all.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing all the wonderful things that you are offering this month. I think I also want to mention as we wrap up that we should remember that for some people the holiday time is a hard time.
Absolutely.
Because it brings back more sad memories and more feelings of loss and joy. And we should be respectful of that.
Oh, absolutely. And that's, we're here. Pastoral Ministry certainly is here, as well as social workers and
do take advantage of that and avail yourself of the services that are there to support and help us if this is a difficult time for you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Jeannie.
You're welcome.